out here at Canyon Lake, and I like to refer to it as Land of the Giants. The reason is you don't catch a lot of fish, but I'm telling you, sometimes you catch some really good fish here. We haven't been up here for a while, quite a while, so we thought we would just come up here and test some of the theories of new baits and stuff. So one of the new baits that we're going to test today, and it's just hitting the market right here, and it's called the Tokyo rig. All right, so we've got the drop shot out of Japan, and the Texas rig, and the J rig, and all these different rigs. So now one's hitting the market. Now I've modified this into a drop shot Tokyo rig, and what I'm going to do is just show you what this exists of. So let me just kind of hold this short. There's a little barrel swivel on the very front of this, all right? Then I have a little O-ring right there, and the hook is attached to the O-ring, and your drop line is attached to the O-ring also. Now I'm rigging this Texas rigged, meaning, you know, no nose hook or nothing like that. It's just like this. So I'm just going to go through 1/4 of an inch, slide this all the way up to the top, and I'm gonna, now sometimes guys, what I do is I don't rig it on the flat side on the bottom. I'll go through the side of the worm like this so that they can see both colors as it's going through the water like this. Now this also, Tokyo rig was also made for punching. So let me grab another one. So I've just got, all I have on here is just drop shot weights, and you can rig it any way you want, all right? But they're showing tungsten weights on these when they're drop shotting. This is an actual wire. Now it's still the barrel swivel, it's still the O-ring, and it's still the hook, but you're using creature baits on here now. So you can see that the wire hangs down, and they made it and showed it like real short, 3-4 inches. So we're not punching any weeds or nothing, because as you can see in my background, it's all rock here. So we're going to try both versions. Like I said, I have the long version on, a little bit longer leader with a drop shot weight, because we are not punching grass right now. But this is what it would look like if we were punching. It would be tied on like this. Now I have used this rig at Bartlett, and it worked like this. But at Bartlett Lake, everything works. As you can see from the videos, a lot of fish bite at Bartlett Lake, but they're only, you know, a pound and sometimes 2 and 2.5, 3 pounders. We're going for a big fish. Let's test these rigs to see if these rigs can really catch us a bigger fish. I mean, you know, we're talking 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds. And how big are we gonna get? Who knows? Anybody, you can just guess. We're just testing this out. The fish aren't biting real good here right now. This was one of the lakes that was hit with golden algae earlier in the year. So we thought it'd be nice. The weather broke, you know, the humidity's dropping. We're in the Superstition Mountains. This is where the Lost Dutchman mine is, you know. Up here, you can see how we're in steep canyons. Just look at the beautiful canyons we have for all you people that are out of state, or all you people in Arizona that have not been here. This will give you an idea of what we have here. I mean, we're going to be traveling in these steep canyons all the way up and testing this lure on different areas, whether we're fishing on a steep drop off, or we're going to be fishing on the rock. So let's go to work. Let's try these rigs out. I'm doing the drop shot Tokyo rig first. I've got a new, in fact, we got a new worm out. We're trying a new worm too. So this new worm is called 5150, all right? How they came up with that name, I don't know, but they came up with it. And they make some really exciting colors and worms. So we're gonna try these out today. This is one of them. They're impregnated with garlic, and that's one thing that you know, a fish loves is garlic or salt. And the worms are nice, and this one's really nice and soft, you know, to touch. And boy, when you touch it, it smells like you just ate garlic spaghetti or something. So let's go to work and let's have some fun, and let's just kind of see if we can get one of these fish to hit. I would be really happy if I could catch 2 nice fish, 2 or 3 nice fish. This would really be great. So let's just kind of head down the shoreline. So from the other lakes I've been to, those lakes, the fish are all biting in anywhere from 10 foot to 20 foot. So since I haven't been here, I'm gonna try the 10 to 20 foot, depth. So right now I'm at 12 feet. So you can see this drops off really fast. So what we're gonna do is just let the wind take us. We're just gonna throw this out into 10 feet, 12 feet of water. And let's just try it, and we'll move down this shoreline just to see what happens. It's a little bit later in the day. We didn't want to come out real early because the canyons are real dark, and filming is not good when it's real dark out. So I'm just gonna work this just like a drop shot. I'm just gonna throw it out, pull it, maybe just kind of shake it a little bit, get that worm. But this worm is also a super floater, so it's gonna float. It's real buoyant. If I throw it in the water, it's just gonna float on the surface. So let's give it a fair test and see how it goes. I've never seen this brown and purple worm, So we'll just give it a test, and let's just move along here together and see what we can get. We'll try different baits as we go along. We'll try different colors, we'll try different baits, we'll try creature baits, and we'll just fish this. I think it's just neat to be up here, just to see this scenery. It's really beautiful. So a lot of the saguaro cactus, we've had a lot of rain, so they're all nice and big and fat and healthy. Hopefully the fish are. So when I cast this out, I'm just casting it out, and I'm not throwing it right up on the bank and stuff because, I'm not gonna get stuck in the rocks. I'm just picking out 10, 12 feet. Just 10, 12 feet away from the shoreline is what I wanna do. Yeah, there you go. I got one of those shows out that says, is this a rock or is this a fish? So.
That was a rock.
That was a rock, yeah. I imagine we're gonna have to make a number of casts to make this good.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm just taking up the slack real slow and just crawling this, hopping this weight along the bottom. Because you see a lot of boulders here, so I'm just trying to tick the top of those. As we go along and we go out to a little bit deeper, I'm sitting in 17 feet of water right now. So I don't know, for some of you guys that don't fish very much, pitching is really nice. I hold my weight right here, and what I do is I drop the weight down and just let it pendulum out like this. And you can cast out there 20, 30 feet, but you have control with your thumb on here. This is one of those new Johnny Morris Platinum rods, signature rods he makes, and the matching reel and stuff. And boy, I'll tell you, it's got the double system here for braking. So I'm not letting this sit too long because I'm just working it out on the bottom as we go. So it's a good way, just hold it like this, drop your rod down, just lift it up and flip that out there like that, and just let that go out. And then it's a neat way of fishing. You can get close to objects under the trees or close to the rocks or close to the bank. Practice this in your pool at home or in your backyard if you don't have a pool. But it's a neat way of casting, instead of just casting, especially if the fish are real shallow. I mean, if the fish are real shallow in 1-2 foot of water, then, you can just sneak up on them and just lay it right out there and it just barely goes boop, So let's just keep moving down the bank. We'll just move real slow And we'll just keep pitching and pitching and pitching, and we'll change colors, then we'll pitch and pitch and pitch and change colors. So we're just kind of just letting this, boy, there's about 3 or 4 fish down there right on the bottom, 21 feet. I'm just gonna kind of let this just go down. Let it go down, bump along and see if they'll bite. I do this periodically when I see fish on the graph, you know, I'll just let it bump on the bottom and drop it right down there, even if they're 30, 35 feet. I'm only using a 3/16 sinker. Oh, there's a tick. There he is. Oh my gosh. Holy mackerel. It's bending. That was just a little tiny tick is all that was. Let's see what we got. He's coming out of 25, 27 feet of water. Oh my gosh, look at this, folks. Look at that one. Woo! Land of the Giants, Canyon Lake, Arizona. Superstition Mountains. What a way to start. That is a good fish to start out with. Man, he don't want to, he's stricken. I just have my thumb here and I'm just letting the line out so it doesn't, you know, I haven't tested my drag, so right now I'm just kind of taking it easy. Oh, there he comes. Boy, they sure look pretty in the water, don't they? Look at that, folks. A nice fish. 4 or 5 pounder. What a way to start. Come on. Well, I can see he knocked off my worm. So what I'm gonna do is just, wow, look at that. Got him right in the very top of the mouth. I always look down their throat just to see if there's a crawdad down there, but there's nothing there. What a beautiful fish. I'm just kind of holding him underneath because just, and that way you don't crack their jaws and stuff like that, but just gorgeous. All right, let's just kind of let this guy swim down. Goodbye, little guy, or big female. Woo. Man, that's why you fish Canyon Lake, land of the giants. I mean, catching our first fish, you know, a 4 pounder like that, that's exciting, you know. So I guess we'll try something a little bit different. Let's go with a bait just a little bit better. I like these little baits here. That was a 5150 purple and brown. So let's try a little creature bait. You know, let's do the yum. I like these little yum baits like this, and they look like just a little miniature brush hogs, and you know how I like brush hogs. So you slide that all the way up, and then make sure that bait is straight. When that bait hangs, you want that bait as straight as it can be. All right, so that bait's got to hang down, you know, just really straight. You don't want this bait just all crooked and out of shape and stuff like that. So you just want that thing to just be perfectly like that. So let's try the same rig, you know, without the wire. We'll use the monofilament and the thing. Now that fish came out of like 27 feet of water. You know, I've been seeing a lot of fish in 12, 16, so. But I did see that on the graph and drop it down and caught that fish on that. So let's try it again. Let's see. We'll try it with a creature. Now here I go. I walk up to the graph, and what do I see on the graph? 4 or 5 more fish. So let's drop it straight down. And that doesn't always happen, folks. You know, I mean it does with me. I fish the graph a lot. I have one eye on the graph and one eye on the shoreline, you know. So we're just gonna let that gently go down. And I'm using a light sinker, you know. You can see these rocks are just magnets for your weights to get stuck. So I'm just letting that go down. And I'm not jerking it around or jigging it up and down or jerking, I'm just letting it. I was using my trolling motor and I was just trolling along, just bumping on the rocks. That's all I was doing. So let's see what depth I'm in. All right, I'm in 22 feet. So we'll just kind of go along like this, just real slow. Have the trolling motor, we'll kick it way down, real slow. All right, it's 28 feet here. There's fish down there. You get lucky sometimes, you know, when you drop that down there and you get them, you know. I would say I have a 50% chance of catching a fish on the bottom. So we're just gonna do like I said, hold the weight, cast out. Now I'm not going right on the shore, but I'm going close to it. I'm going about, I'm gonna cast it 6 feet out from the shore, and that's gonna put me at 10, 12, 14 feet of shoreline right there. Looks like we got a congregation of turkey vultures flying around our head. They're checking things out too, you know. They usually clean up the dead animals or fish that are on the shoreline. Look at that one sitting there right on the rock. Pretty cool. There's another one. They get the, they're hunting. That's kind of neat how they just kind of, they're magnificent flyers. They don't look very pretty, but I'll tell you what, they're very graceful at flying, and they keep the desert all cleaned up. So here we are, we're on the canyon walls up here, up in the upper end of Canyon Lake, and you can see that we found a few eagles, and Dave will put those on the film for you that we were videotaping, but we're just still switching colors, you know, trying to find another good fish. So, and like I said, you never know when you're gonna catch one, you know. So this has always been a good area where I like, because there's a lot of good chunky rock under these trees. As we go up through here, you can see that it's got a lot of nice chunk rock, and that's where I really need to be. I need to be by that rock. I haven't been catching them on the straight up and down stuff. I usually catch them on the rock. So, and right now I'm just kind of flipping up to these trees because there's a bunch of big boulders up in there. So we're just gonna kind of there's plenty of fish here on the graph. So I'm just kind of working it real slow on the bottom just to feel that thing. I'm in 27, 28 feet of water. Well, there's some right there under the boat. I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it right there underneath them. All right, fish on, another heavy fish. Oh, don't jump, please. Oh gosh. Come on, come on. Whoa, 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 easy. God, you get these bigger fish on. I think this fish is bigger than the last one. Oh, he's stick and drag. Come on. There she comes. Whoop. Woo. Boy, I'll tell you, these are some nice fish up here. Like we said, we don't catch many, but oh my gosh. Look at the size of that one, folks. That's in the 5-pound range. Somewhere right in that range. Maybe a little bit less, a little below, more. Nice. All right, we ready? Goodbye, baby. There's my bite. Come on. Oh, not quite as big as the other ones, but it's a fish. Oh, quick release. Didn't have to bring that one in the boat. Well, this has been enjoyable being out here with you guys today up at Canyon Lake, the beautiful Superstition Mountains, where the land of the giant and the big ones grow. So with this closing, we want to thank you for watching the shows. If you've seen what you like, give me a call. We can go fishing. Thanks again. You've been watching Fishing with Gary Senft.